Welcome back, everybody. Our first guest tonight is an Emmy-nominated and Golden Globe award-winning actor you know from such shows as Pam and Tommy and The Falcon and The Winter Soldier, and films like The Martian, The Apprentice, A Different Man, and the Avengers franchise. Please welcome back to the show, Sebastian Stan, everybody! I'm very happy to see you. Before we get into everything and all the incredible films you've worked on this year, I know you live in LA. I know you're going back tonight. How are you doing?
I mean, I'm just, I think I'm just really freaked out like everybody else. We had this beautiful night on Sunday, and then I came out here, and then I woke up to a nightmare. I mean, there's so many friends and loved ones who've lost homes and houses, and I'm actually really glad that you showed that clip of the LAFD, dropping the water, because it's incredible. They've been out there, all day and all night. So if anybody wants to go and donate to LA Fire Department, please do so. It's just crazy.
Yes, I think that there's a lot of great organizations out there, and we're going to try to take the time tonight to make sure we put them up. You mentioned an incredible night. I was at the Globes. I was lucky enough to see you win.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you remember what was the first time you were at the Globes?
It was actually with I, Tonya, when I presented with Allison Janney in 2018. She had a bird on her shoulder, and she actually happened to be at the table, so it was a really great...
Oh, that's awesome. The bird wasn't there.
The bird wasn't there. But she was, and I felt like that was maybe a good luck charm or something. Yeah.
You were also, it should be noted, which is really cool, you were nominated for 2 films. So you won one of them, and I don't want to belabor it, but lost so hard on the other one.
Well,
you just ate it. And I know we're like, oh, we won a Globe, but let's not forget, you lost one.
I know, but I didn't even really, honestly, even just the 2 nominations, was such a surprise in a way, because these movies were really difficult to make. Especially Apprentice in itself, no studio, no marketing, no billboard on Sunset that anybody wanted to put up. We just had him and everyone else trying to censor it in a way, and so just to have been there was a.
It had been 10 years since someone had been nominated for 2 different films. Last time was Ryan Gosling. They only give it to Uggos, which is what I've said. Only very unhandsome men. They have a type. They feel bad for the way you and Ryan look, and.
That must be it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it was great.
But it was, The Apprentice. You mentioned this film had. Again, you were playing Donald Trump, and when it was first announced, I was taken aback with the choice.
I know. I wanted to remind you because you were very rightfully, you were like, you're doing him a favor. And by the way, I still don't have a Christmas card. I still don't have a Dear Human Scum, Merry Christmas from him or anything like that. But
so were you hesitant at first?
But everyone was telling me not to do it, and then I don't look like him and everything. So that's why we were so crazy about the prosthetics and trying to find the right thing. And it took us a couple of tries.
First of all, I always want to shout out the incredible makeup departments that do this sort of thing.
They're incredible. Yeah, Sean and Brandy.
Yeah. They got it there, They really did.
Well, it's that chin, It's the double chin.
Yeah.
But
this is a real reminder of the range you play, because this is when you played Biden.
The good old days.
Yeah. Good old days.
I'm still trying to get back to that shape. I don't know if it's going to work out. 42 years old.
Of course, Donald Trump has had some words for they were unkind. Now, of course, this is before he had seen it or knew anything about it. But I think he was safe to assume it probably wouldn't be the nicest portrayal.
Yeah, well, look, what can I say? He continues to disappoint, and it's just, it's like what you were saying before. It's just so unheard of. Here are these people and what's happening in LA, and he's choosing to use it for his own benefit and go out there and change it for his own narrative and blame rather than actually bring people together.
Because it does feel like this should be, on just a human level, this should be a layup. That everybody right now wants to hear their leader have words of encouragement.
Well, because you want to look to your leaders, like you said, as examples, right? In terms of sort of setting a precedent of behavior, of how we should treat one another. And then when it comes to empathy and things like that, it's just all out the window, you know. But the film, really, I think, look, we set out to try to go and figure out who this person really is. You know, we all have a past, no matter where we come from. And I think we owe it to ourselves to just give this guy a real closer look, especially if we're going to put so much trust into his hands, right? And I think it just should speak for itself if he doesn't want you to see it. That obviously we've tapped some truth there, you know.
Jeremy Strong, your co-star, plays Roy Cohn, who's an incredibly influential part of Donald Trump's, history. And it's, in a strange way, this is almost it's a buddy film. But it is about how their friendship basically sets Donald Trump on this current path.
It is. It's sort of a Darth Vader kind of story, you know? And I hate to say it. It's like The Empire Strikes Back and, like, never came back. But and so, and Jeremy's incredible. I mean, he's one of our greatest actors, and I was so lucky to work with him. And there's this sort of mentorship relationship film at the heart of it, but many people didn't know about that. They don't remember Roy Cohn and how influential he was. I mean, if you go back and you look at the research, you could really see and kind of predict everything else that Trump is doing now.
When I was watching it, I was thinking Jeremy has maybe done some of the best limousine acting of any of our modern. Just with Succession and this, I'm like, God, no one has done more like real limo acting than Jeremy.
I think you're right, but he's honestly, I loved working with him, and it was important to have the trust in a partnership like that, and I think we elevated each other. There was a lot of things we improvised in the film, you know.
It's as I'm sure you're a huge fan of his work. I'm also, let's just be honest, don't you wish you had Jeremy's confidence to wear his outfit to the Globes? I mean, I saw him. Well, I was so deeply jealous.
I thought he got the idea from me at the Met Ball.
Oh yeah,
all in pink a couple of years ago, but
yeah. You two have something in common, yeah.
But he looked great. I don't know. Velvet is just always wins.
Yeah. I was just about a dumb black tuxedo being like, why can't I be more like Jeremy Strong?
And then I think Guy Pearce at one point took his hat and started walking around with it. It's just very...
It would be really funny if he's like, that's my hat. He's like, no, I brought this one.
Yeah, I've had
There's a lot of hats just like this here tonight. I have a lot more to ask you. We'll be right back with Sebastian after this.